my first task is to seal up this beam with insulation on the bottom and to cap the top with the hard foam insulation boards. So you could see I stuffed the insulation here, cut up some pieces and just kind of jammed it in there a little bit to prevent any kind of drafts. And this is going to be sealed up with Luan strips. And you could also see up top up there is where the pieces of the foam insulation are cut up, and they're going to be nailed to the top of that beam. Basically just to seal up the beam as a single unit. And it's really just a matter of grabbing the pieces and just nailing them in with some roofing nails to secure them.
All right. All the way done. All the way done. What I'm doing now is laying the hardboard insulation, the styrofoam insulation, up top in these side portions, just laying them in there, and I kind of sit on top of the baker and I screw them down, just pinning them each one. That's really all I can reach.
Now here's a view from the stairwell showing the foam boards laying on top of the ceiling trusses.
And then I'm gonna cut the strip and then lay that in there. And believe it or not, I actually have, I'll show you up here, I have enough space to sit on the baker and get up there and worm my screw gun in there and pin them down on each joist. I mean, it's just to lay them up there. And then we're gonna put the batting insulation in, and then, sheathe the ceiling. So this is what we're doing on this rainy October Saturday, and I just wanted to show you guys how I go about doing it. Now I got these are like little laughing washers. I got them on Amazon, but for like 1,000 of these, it's, I don't know, $15, maybe $20. I forget the price, but so I'm just basically making up, these little assemblies here, And I just put them in there, and then I bring them up on top, and then I have enough to pin everything down. Still got all that to do, that field to run, but man, yowza. Little trapdoor that I'll put little like levers, like little tabs on there, and stick like a plug in there. We're gonna have a header that goes across with some studs there, and this is gonna be like an opening here with another similar thing like that right up here. And then that I'm gonna frame in there, so there's like a floor, basically. There'll be a floor. I got the nailer there going around, that'll be a floor, so we could have up here, and then we can get through here.
So now this video footage is just a little bit of the framing, and over here we got the foam boards laying on top of the ceiling trusses. I got the gaps taped up. It's like a two-piece system, and this is the section that we had to frame that out and sheathe it to have the mini split installed. And this is the stairwell being framed, some batting insulation kind of laying in place. And here's the back wall. The back wall was probably the most complicated part because of the window and the stairwell and like this top cubby up here, which is being framed out for storage. And then the bottom cubby, there's going to be a plug installed in there, like I've mentioned a few times. But yeah, just random framing. It definitely took a while to do. Got the door roughed in. So you could see there's going to be quite a bit of work to do in the stairwell here. Going to be sheathing on both sides. The walls have insulation. And then we got to seal up the top of the beam. Now to do these top pieces, I cut small pieces of foam insulation. I toe screwed them in at a 45 on the bottom. The tops stayed in place, and we spray foamed them to seal up the top gaps. Here's a shot of the recessed wall, the electrical box wall, with the wires roughed in for the fans. Just got some outlets there, and the windowsills after they've been completed. And here's a stairwell done. Just kind of randomly rolling around here, taking some video. The shop is definitely a mess. Now this is the front wall where the two garage doors are, the overhead doors. Here it is all sealed up with insulation, ready to be sheathed. And then finally, after a couple hours, we got the sheathing on and the walls buttoned up. Now you'll notice there's no nailer on that wall. It went in, rest assured. Now the big task of finishing the insulation of the ceiling. That's going to be a little tricky. We have the first course done, and now the other courses can be laid staggered on either side.
A few days of concentrated effort and work, and we're all done. It's all insulated underneath. The front wall is all framed and sheathed. Take you around to see that. We relocated the garage door openers, put them up a little bit higher, made all the wires nice. Framed up into here. Now I got these couple bays. I got this little half bay. This bay right here is going to be where the gym is. And it's the PRX gym is over there. That's the squat rack. So that'll be here. That's one of these fold up things. Got that bay to do. And it's all it is just shooting down the bottom plate, screwing in the top plate, and then, studding it out. We got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Well, that whole wall. That's all done. We sheathed all this. It's a bit of a mess right now because I'm just moving things back and forth, but let's see. Those are the fan. That's the Romex for the fan. That's the one for the main shop lights. Sorry for the focus issues. I got to wire it up. But if you notice the way the wall recesses, and that's because the panels were already there. And the panels were further back than the wall plane. So when I run my circuits, I want them to go up and curve and touch the ceiling, flush. So that's just a little recess wall for where the electric is. And then we come in here. I'm gonna put some trim around the windows. And that's going to be, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's gonna be some storage, but maybe I'll hang some apparatus or whatever to hang all the battery tools or something, or put a refrigerator in there. We have a plug over here that comes out, and you can go underneath the stairs and all of that. We got the door all done. Put the handle on the other day, and it's all insulated and sheathed on the inside. I'll get to that, in another video clip, but that's the basic thing. It's really just been head down, eye on the prize, and just working like crazy to get this done. So I want to have all of the walls sheathed, framed and sheathed, and ready for paint before January 1st. So the ceiling is now done, and you could see some Romex popping out of certain areas of the ceiling. That's for my my LED lighting, and I'm going to install some outlets. And the lights that we're going to start off with here are these guys right here. These are 150 watt. I believe they call them like flying saucer type high bay lights from Glitgate. So they're 150 watts, And I plugged these in, and boy, are they bright. They're high bay lights. Like I said, they got these cooling fins here because they do generate some heat, obviously, right? Because they're very bright. And they come with this little safety. It's a carabiner with a safety cable here, just in case, for some reason, maybe if maybe in a warehouse situation or something, a forklift was to bang the light and something, or it might fall. You got these safety chains here. But I got 6 of these for the shop here, and I have them in strategic locations. I don't have them set up the way Glitgate kind of puts a little model of your shop. You know, you send them the specifications, and they'll show you. They had theirs very equally spaced, but I'm putting mine more strategically spaced for certain machines. And then once the machines get in, I'm going to measure and see, you know, how bright it is, and you know, if I need to get additional lights and stuff like that. So I'm putting a wide range of outlets all over the place. So we're going to get started wiring up the outlets, and then we'll plug them in when we're done, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, all the lights are installed. They're hung up with hooks. The electric is run, and now I'm about to show you what it looks like in the shop. So in the dark, I'm looking for my light switch. You could see the glow of a extension cord down in the back. You could see some more glow of the LED that's on the mini split. All right, here we go. Boom. Beautiful. So we have one over the doorway. We got one that's gonna go over the milling machine area. We got one down in the far end of the shop. And then where I need a lot of concentrated light is up here. 1, 2, 3. So altogether, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The shop looks beautiful. If there's any other light needs that I need, well, then I'll just get some more. I mean, I have plenty of outlets. You can see I got a bunch of outlets. One over there, one over here. I got a couple behind me. But for now, this is awfully bright. For these 6 little lights, especially not distributed equally. These are really, really nice lights. Inexpensive and highly recommended. So there you have it, the Glitgate lights, all in place. All that's left now to do in the shop is to insulate these walls, throw up some plywood, and paint. And then we'll call for the machines. And by the way, here's the reinforced wall that the gym equipment is going to go on. But you'll see more on that in a later update.
Finally, all the insulation done in the walls. Obviously, the ceiling's all taken care of. Really, next thing is to just finish the sheathing of the sidewalls and then get ready for painting.
Well, the main construction is now done. Everything has been sheathed. The only thing we got left is to wire this 3-way switch. Not 3-way, 3-gang switch. Sorry about that. Lots of scrap, the various cutoffs. Now the massive cleanup begins. Dusting, vacuuming, getting rid of all the scrap wood, putting all the tools that that won't be in the shop upstairs into the storage. And we got to wire the fans in, that's for sure. Haven't wired them in yet because if you notice, stupidly, I didn't calculate for this. So I'm gonna see if the fans come with a drop, like a drop extension rod, or to drop it below that, or maybe, I don't know, try to find a way to just move it over. Yeah, I mean, luckily the joists run that way, so I might be able to fish it, and I have that much to go, and then there's that would be the excess that I need to wire it. But anyway, that's really it. I still have to put I have another set of lights here that's machine specific, and I held off on putting them up until the machines come in. But like I said, that's it. Clean up. I'm gonna do a lot of sweeping and vacuuming, throwing a lot of garbage out, and then it's getting ready for
primer and paint. And you know, the devil will be in the details of the prep. We're going to be having to, you know, mask off all those electrical outlets and stuff like that, the lights, the tracks for the garage doors, the doors themselves, but we're going to spray it in here. I am not about to sit and try to roll all of this. Anyway, that's it, and we are done. It is New Year's Day, and I just finished. It's about 10 to 7 p.m. on New Year's Day, January 1st. Okay, we've got the light switch done. Woo! And then you can see up there the little outlet tester. I don't know if you could see that, but on, off, on, off. And then the third one is out here, on. All right. So we're done with the masking. We got all the outlets. How we're gonna paint with the with the lights on is basically we're gonna unhook the lights and let it hang, and then paint around it and then put the light back up, because we do need light and we're running out of natural daylight. So we got everything taped up. I do have one of those wands over there. It's like it looks like a big spackle knife, and it basically just blocks things. And the paint gun that we're using is a Graco Magnum 7. Not like a professional one, but it's definitely gonna make short work of this. Got the buckets and stuff. Painting supplies. We did. This one is not masked, and we're gonna kind of just leave this because it's now snowing, so we're gonna have to, like, if we need to get in and out of the garage. But when we're ready to paint around there, obviously we'll just throw some plastic over it. So we're ready to go. I have to shut this off now and then just put a little bit of piece of plastic on it, and then it's time to paint.